It's a transport. 715 6400. Right, that is good. No, no, no. Oh, don't worry. No, no, I just want to get something.
Check one song. Check one.
No, when it's sure, when it's done. I feel I might come here and shoot. Yeah. Yeah.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Good morning to each and every one of you, and thank you for coming out to witness the last rites of our dearly beloved brother, friend, husband, uncle, Ramdeo Sampath. Ramdeo Sampath. Now I am Ramdeo Buchung. So I don't know how that worked out, but we were very close, right down to the end. In fact, the night he passed away, I think I was the last visitor that evening to come and see him. But we had a good relationship. And those of you who knew this gentleman, he was a community man. He was a hard worker. He was a good friend. But he loved life. Ramdeo loved life. He was zesty. You know what zesty means? You ever see Ramdeo dance? Several times down in the camp we would see Ramdeo dance. And it was a very strange dance. But you all who never saw it will not get a chance to see it again. He was zesty, he loved life, he loved the fete, to have a good time with his friends. He was also dressy. You cannot outshine Ram in dressing, you know. As old as he was. Anyway, I could say old. When he was alive, I couldn't say old in front of him. He moved with zest. He was dressy. He dressed, you know, perfectly well on all occasions. If you go into line, if you go into the parlor, he's dressing up. Yeah, he had this community, you know, spirit about him. And this day, this morning, while we await the pundit, I must say what a great friend he was. None of us was expecting him to get sick in such a short space of time. But that is life. And that's why we need to value our lives. That's why we need to reduce the amount of enemies we have. Because today it is Ramdeo. Tomorrow it could be you or I. So we need to value life and put some effort into it. See whatever we could do around us to help some person, even if it's one human being, while you are passing through this life. So this morning we are here to witness the final rites of our dear friend and brother. And we wish to God that his soul would rest in peace. We know we will have to press a little bit because of the weather, and we do not want to reach too late by the creek. So thank you for coming, one and all, and hope you have a sad but a wonderful day as we celebrate a wonderful life. At this time, I think we have a song to be sung by one of his friends and close allies. I don't know the correct name. Mr. Lover is here, and Mr. Ramdeo was also a good lover. And I'm a good lover because I love God. So, lover, tell them what you have to tell them in song.
Lend me the mic.
Take it.
Thank you. Pleasant good morning, Salam alaikum to one and all, to the bereaved family. I consider myself a family member as well, because the late Mr. Ramdeo Sampath was like a father figure to me. He always gave me that kind of respect, he always considered me that way. This house, over the years, we didn't contact for a while now, but you know, regular, he would have welcomed me and appreciate me like I home, like I his son. You know, he took care of me, look, you presenting, go and take and eat, look at our food here, we could drink coffee. This man really was a genius. He woke and he do it about 3 people thing in one. Operating crane, driving tractor, everybody's heel coming, winching kid. He gave me the history, part of the history anyway, right? He was a gentleman. God bless his soul, my Uncle Leo. God bless his soul, which from the bottom of my heart. I'm glad I am here today in this funeral ceremony. You know, for this last rites, I'm really glad. Even if I had to work, I believe I'd take a day off and be here. Because he was really a gentleman. If I had nothing that spoil can fix, he making sure he do everything in his way possible to get the job done. He had real patience, real tolerance, real courage. He never backed down. You know, he always did. He never showed my bad face really until he go through. So I want to sing a song here, if it considered as a bhajan or a song or whatever. But I'm going to try something, right? In the name of the artist and my father, the late Mr. Ramdeo, God bless his soul, my father. So I'm going to try it again. पिंजरे की पंछी रे तेरा गर्दन जाने कोई तेरा गर्दन जाने कोई बाहर से तू खामोश रही तू बाहर से तू खामोश रही तू भीतर 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 रोए तेरा गर्दन जाने कोई. Who could sing? Feel free to sing on. Nothing's wrong with that. ये बिन तेरे कताल की आंसू में कलम सी भूल तेरा जल जल जाने को तेरा जल जल जाने को छुप के रोने वाले रखना छुपा के दिल की ताले रे छुप के रोने वाले रखना छुपा के दिल की ताले रे ये पत्थर का देश मगनी कोई न तेरा हो तेरा जल जल जाने को दिल की पंछी रे तेरा जल जल जाने को तेरा जल जल जाने को दिल की पंछी रे Okay, thank you very much for giving me the listening. I try something for the late Uncle Ramdeo, so whoever wishes to take over the mic now, feel free. There's so many things I could say about this gentleman. Have a blessed day. Thanks.
Thank you, lover. All your like comments, eh? That is my name, Lover, Mr. Lover. I told you before, he was a dresser. And what is the next one? A zesser. But there's a third one, he was a stresser. If you get involved in an accident, in an argument with Ramdeo, you can't win it. He will stress what he believes in. Say, I know more than you. You hush him out. That was the kind of man, forthright. You hush him out. And you now come in this thing, man. You don't know what I know. I in this thing long time. Alright, so that was the gentleman. There's so much we could say about him, but time wouldn't permit. There's another close friend of Ramdeo. He's a musician. He plays music, and Ramdeo will go and sit down and listen to him play the keyboard and music and sing and what have you and perform all over. So this gentleman is coming to sing a song on Mr. Ramdeo's behalf. We want to welcome Tiger from Barrackport to come and sing for us.
A pleasant good morning to one and all, and Sitara. All blessings to Mr. Ramdeo. Are we getting our feedback?
Yes.
Okay. We're getting more feedback. So we can't get no feedback here. Okay. Yeah, Ramdeo, I admire the gentleman. He wished me all blessings with my plan and so on, And I will try my best this morning to sing a song that Ramdeo really like, So this is not no really funeral song, or you could consider it anyhow, but it's a nice song. And it goes like this. You all could sing along with me. Jai Jaga Janani Bhavani O Rama O Bhavani O Rama Achale Varidani Jai Jaga Janani Bhavani Jagamaga Jagamaga Jota Viraje Jota Viraje Jagamaga Jagamaga Jota Viraje Jota Viraje Teja Partapa Nidani Urama Nidani Urama Achale Varidani Jai Jaga Janani Bhavani Mahima महिमा महिमा गम अपर तुम्हारो तेज प्रताप निधानी हो रामा अचल वरदानी जय जाग जननी भवानी. Thank you very much. And as I say, the partner lover did well with that song. You understand? And on the 22nd, on the 16th, he has to perform with me live. So, hats off to you, lover. You surprised me. And once again, all blessings to Mr. Ramdeo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tiger. Now, he used to like chutney music. That's the time he used to get up and shake his waist. Yeah, Tiger?
Yes.
Chutney music. So we want to leave the floor open to give you a chance, those of you who want to say something, you know Ramdeo, and you want to say, make a few remarks, but you have to be brief, because as soon as the pundit arrives, we'll have to hand over to him. So if there's any friend, family, neighbor, you want to come and say a few words on the deceased behalf, feel free to do so. Anybody? All right, so they will come. All right. All right, if the pundit reach before you, you will miss out it. Because we won't have another funeral for Ramdeo again. So today is the opportunity you have now. Right, Uncle? I see you kind of jibbing, you want to come. Come now. Anybody want to come and say a few words? You want to sing a little piece of chutney for the man? We have 2 songs already. We could do it a little chutney because he loved chutney music. All right? So that was the life of Ramdeo Sampath. He worked very hard from childhood. His story was that he hardly went to school. While other children were in school, he had to be seen about the animals and the garden and taking care, you know, of the other things around the house. But he developed. He didn't have much schooling education. But when Ramdeo speaks, he spoke with authority. He knew what he was saying, and he would say it freely, without fear or favor. We have anybody who made up their mind to come and say a few words? Anybody here know Mr. Ramdeo?
Everybody.
Everybody? Well, we can't take everybody, but we're going to give 1 or 2 a chance to come and say something about the man. All right? So, Tanti, use the closest neighbor. Come and say something.
I'll cry.
You will cry. I think if you cry, it would show that you would miss him, you know, his neighbor, you know, that's a neighbor. Anybody else on the outside want to come and say something on Mr. Ramdeo's departure today? Thank you, brother.
Good morning, Sita, Namaste. Now, my name is Ice Cream. When I used to live up just on top of the hill, my name was Paul Madu. And I grew up in this village I come in this village in 1977. And I have known Uncle Ram from 1977 until today. And I feel like since I know him, he looked the same way, and he always working and moving brisk. And about 2 months ago, he come up by me. I'm a neighbor, and he come over by me. And he parked his car inside by the church, and me, he and my wife come out and we were talking. And whenever he, the neighbor, visited my neighbor, Miss Yuna, he's parked the car sometime inside the church, so he must come and hang out a little bit with me. And we always had some nice little chat and things. So I enjoy the memories here with him from 77 till today. I had a good time. Sitaram Baba.
Thank you, ice cream. You bring any cake? No, it would have been too much for all of us now. But you could have bring a little piece there for the pundit or me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the pundit this morning, so we would take our leave. All right, Sita, go ahead. But then I need some of you to help me. Go ahead. Anybody want to say something again? All right, we have a gentleman coming. All right, so the life of Ram was a special life. 84 years. 84 years, he lived a full life. And we have to thank God when we reach that age. He must have gone through a lot of experiences. Good ones, bad ones, difficult ones. But he managed and he conquered in order to reach this age of 84 years. He conquered. He was strong. He was a little fella in size, but he had a big heart. He was strong. So this morning again we welcome you as you witness the final rites and proceedings of our dear friend and brother, Mr. Ramdeo Sampath. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for your patience while we await the formal part of the proceedings this morning. We would now like to invite the family, whoever is doing the eulogy, for our dear beloved. All right, would that person please come forward as we hear a little more about our departed friend, brother, uncle, husband, neighbor.
Sitaram, Assalamu alaikum, good morning. I am proud to present the eulogy for my grandfather, Ramdeo Sampath, also called Uncle Dave. A wonderful father laid to rest. God called him home to be his guest. A golden heart stopped beating, 2 working hands at rest. Grandpa was the son of the late C. and Surgia Sampath, born on the 18th of November 1939, in the village of Diggity, Barakpur. He was the first child and had 20 siblings. He attended the Lengua Presbyterian Primary School, which he boycotted to assist his parents with household chores from a very tender age. His responsibilities grew far and wide, from caring for the animals, cutting grass, and milking the cows. Childhood was very tedious, which molded him into being ambitious and hardworking. At a very young age of 20, Grandpa was married to my grandmother, Molly Searchman, on 17th of April 1960. This marriage yielded 2 wonderful children in Ken and Sapsita, both of whom brought so much joy and happiness to his life. Grandpa had a life filled with much sacrifice, hard work, and dedication. Being the keen farmer / gardener he was, nothing was too much for him to do or give.
Proud moments came as he became a grandfather and made trips for and with the grandchildren. It was the closing down of Coroni 1975 Limited that caused him to slow his pace and spend more time at home. Being the well-spoken, kind-hearted, hospitable person he was, the stories of his good old days of the Sukunya, the jobless, or lack of food always captivated us. A comedian at times. Also, but advice or assistance was never too much to give. Grandpa was a member of the Cane Farmers Association and the Agricultural Society for many successful years, until he decided to migrate to Canada in 2009 with Grandma, so he could be closer with his grandchildren and 2 great-grandkids. While Grandpa would have visited London and Florida and made several trips to Tobago, he decided to return home and enjoyed the past few years. He was generally quite healthy and kept himself busy, making occasional cooks, hanging out with his friends, and busting a line here and there was a favorite pastime activity.
Pa eventually fell ill and was hospitalized on 17th October 2023 at San Fernando General Hospital. He spent 3 weeks there and developed complications. His last week was spent at no place better than home, where my grandmother took care of him like a baby, both day and night. My dad, Ken, was fortunate enough to spend the last week with him to assist Uncle Bish, Ronnie, and Larry, also Auntie Sandra, in caring for Grandpa with Grandma. At age 84, Grandpa lived a ripe and well-fulfilled life, to whom I dedicate these few lines. In tears, we watched you sinking, we watched you fade away. Our hearts were surely broken as we watched you fight to stay. God saw you getting tired, and cure was not to be. He put his arms around you and whispered, "Come with me." Our thoughts are always with you. Your place no one can ever fill. In life, we loved you dearly. In death, we loved you still. May your soul rest in peace to be raised. In Moksha, Ramdeo Sampath. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that touching, moving eulogy. We want to remind you that following our ceremony here, we'll be heading to Mosquito Creek. And as you see, the weather is not too encouraging, but we will face it, we'll brave it. In our midst this morning is the Pandit who will be performing the rituals, the rites, Pandit Sunil Sitahal, and at this time I want to welcome him to take over. Pandit.
Om Namo
भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरिमा पितृभगवान की जय. This morning we both come in one accord to pay final tribute to our beloved as he lies before us. We're about to commence the ceremony that is known as the MTHD, or the funeral ceremony. It tells us, according to science and scripture, that there are several stages, several steps through which the body goes. The first being procreation, and the last being this, the MTHD, or the funeral. It is prescribed scripturally that while we perform these rituals, those in attendance, you and I, we must all stand as an act of respect. Let us all stand at this time. As we bow our heads in prayer, praying to that one infinite being from whom we have all come, asking, begging and praying that may the transition for the soul of our beloved be a smooth and peaceful one. We pray to you with conviction, with faith and with devotion this morning, Bhagwan. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Shuklam Varanam Deva Shashivaranam Chaturbhuja Prasannavanam Dhyayet Sarvaviganopashante Mokam Karoti Vacharam Pambodam Kete Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramanandamarvam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandaraye Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govinda Namo Namah Yatra Veshwara Krishna Yatra Pato Tanurdana Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutara Dravani Dharma Dharmama Aritara Antarikshavam Aritara Samata Sapita Saputra Amukha Namasya. 5 of you, think of your names. Amukha Janmadin, your date of birth. Amukha Pretnamasya, think of Papa's name. Iti Srantishti Karamyaliyante Ta'u Patishtatam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Arima Pitravadvani ki jai. Place your flowers right in front of you, inside of the box. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Touching hands now, we sprinkle water throughout the body, symbolic of praying for purification, symbolic of bath. Om Madhyamo Tasyam Kapretasya Vrittistani Shuram Snanam Yadyateta Patishatam Papoham Papakarvam Papapam Pundarikaksha Trahimam Pundarikaksha Sarva Papa Haro Hari Punatu Punatu. We adore the body now with Chanda. Om Sri Paramatmani Namaha. Om Madhyamo Tasyam Kapretasya Chandanam Yadyateta Patishtatam Chandanam Yadyate Tau Patishatam Lokabhiramam Ranarangadiram Rajevanetram Raghuvan Sanatam Karanyarupam Karuna Karantam Sri Ramachandram Sharanam Pravatte. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We know the body with perfume. Om Madhyamo Tasyam Kapretasya Dandanam Yadyate Tau Patishtatam Dandam Yadyate Tau Patishtatam Govinda Govinda Hari Murari Govinda Govinda Mukunda Krishna Govinda Govinda Radhangapani Damu Dharma Damidyum. Om Madhyamo Tasyam Kapretasya Gandanam Yadyate Tau Patishtatam Gandam Yadyate Tau Patishatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Whenever we perform this ceremony known as the Antishti or the funeral, garlands of flowers or malas they place around the neck of the person who has died. But the cord or the thread that holds these flowers together is broken. It teaches us the valuable lesson that we break the bond that we once shared with the body, and all that will remain behind are the beautiful flowers of memories that our beloved would leave with us. ॐ मध्यमकोटस्य मुखप्रेतस्य पुष्पदानं म्यादीयते तवोपतिष्ठतां पुष्पं म्यादीयते तवोपतिष्ठतां दूत्कैः मानं मोदीविकर्चने दो दिन रहे तारे साथ जाने विकर्चने टूट गई माला मोती विकर्चने दो दिन रहे तारे साथ जाने विकर्चने मिलन की दुनिया जो चलेगी आंसू पीते पीते होए होए नैनो मेरे उजले उजले सपने उजले उजले सपने यार की गंदने में कहे में नजर चले. We're about to wave the arti. I say this in every funeral I do. People get very offended when I say this. You see, nobody likes the gay truth. The time to arti for any given person is when they're alive, not when they're dead. We do the arti for the dead body. While you're alive, nobody looks for you, nobody talks to you, nobody shows any care and appreciation for you. The minute you're dead, everybody putting up flowers. It is imperative upon all of us to show love and consideration while the beings are alive. I want you to just turn to the person next to you and tell them, God bless you.
God bless all. God bless all.
I want you to smile genuinely and tell the person next to you, you are special. Tell them.
Get special.
We wave the arti. Hari Om Manadani Tanu Deva Shankachakra Garadhara Akcha Pundari Kacha Kreta Moksha Pradod Bhavan Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Chochani आज हमारे अयोध्या चोचने चोचने आज हमारे अयोध्या चोचने बनवासी बन राज दुलारी सबका नाता चोर चले मुख मोचने आज हमारे राम अयोध्या चोचने ओ चोचने आज हमारे राम अयोध्या चोचने हरे राम रामा राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Om Yam Brahma Varunindra Rudra Maruta स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्रवे वेदे साङ्गपरक्रमोपनिषदे गायन्त्यं सामता ॐ श्रीविष्णवे नमः ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरिमा पितृभगवान की जय. Let us all be seated at this time. ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से हे मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर मिलन, अब चल कर मिलन, अब चल कर मिलन. हरिमा पितृ भगवान की जय. This morning we both come in one accord to witness this ceremony known as the Heritage Duty Funeral. It is a morning of reflection and stock-taking for all of us who came here, reminding us that death came knocking at his door, and one day, soon enough, it will come knocking at ours. While we make preparations for everything in life, some degree of preparation must be made for when death will come. This morning, as I look around and see many of our senior village members here, and it gives me a sense of joy to see you out in the weather. I asked the previous chairperson, I said, did you call in our senior pundit to say a few words? And he says, is there a senior pundit here? And I said, yes. He said, but I left the floor open. I said, you're supposed to acknowledge him. So I'm going to hand over the microphone to our senior pundit to give his blessings. And then I'm going to ask Auntie Elsie to say a few words. And then I'm going to ask Auntie Joyce to say a few words. And then we will do the morning's message.
Namaste, Sitaram, on a pleasant morning. Thank you very much, Panditji, for allowing me this privilege to say a few words on behalf of this family, on behalf of our dear, beloved Ramdeo Sampath, the deceased. Today we are faced with a situation that we call death. It's something all of us would have to go through. You know, once we're born, there is death. And as the day passes by, we are getting closer to that, which we call death. But let us go into our scriptures and see what does the scripture tell us about death. And I will go to the Yajurved first, and it says in chapter 40, mantra 15, it says, Om Vayuranilam Amritam Atedam Bhasmantam Shariram Om Kratosmara Klibesmara Kritam Smara Kritam Smara. And a brief translation in English says, O active soul, at the time of death, remember Om, remember God for thy vitality and thy eternity. Remember thy deeds, for the body will soon reduce to ashes, but the soul is immortal. So here, let us try to analyze some of the meaning of it. It says, O active soul, at the time of death. It's telling us two things here. One is that the soul is active, but there is death. What it is that dies, and what it tells us that the soul is active. So it means that the soul is deathless, according to our scriptures. You say, remember thy eternity. Remember thy deeds. Karma. The body is reduced to ashes, but the soul is immortal. So here again, it says that the soul is active, it is immortal, it is deathless. So therefore, and the body is going to be reduced to ashes in a short while. So that is the end of the body. And the soul continue its journey according to its karma. But let's go now to the Bhagavad Gita, where it will give us a little better explanation. And it says, Bhagavan Krishna says, he was speaking to Arjuna, but we are all his Arjunas. For this, his message is alive, and it will continue to be alive. And he says in chapter 2, verse or sloka 27, says, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad pariharyerte natvam shochitum arhasi. So he says, a brief meaning in English again. He said, Arjuna, death is certain for those who are born, and rebirth is inevitable. So you should not grieve for the inevitable. You see, it means, he's saying here again, that once you are born, you will die. Prepare yourself. As a matter of fact, as you're born, as the day passes by, each day, you are getting closer to your death. But let us go back to the mantra in the alphabet. It says, remember thy deeds, remember thy karma. It is telling us a lesson here. And Bhagavan Krishna is telling us also that rebirth is inevitable for the dead. So what happens is that it takes with it the karma or the fruits of its action to the other birth. So we hope that whatever good, sometimes we make mistakes in life, and whatever deeds our dear beloved Ramdeo has made in his life, we hope that he would have a good rebirth. He would get a good body, and he would continue his journey towards moksha, salvation. I thank you most sincerely, Panditji, for this opportunity.
Harima Pitra Bhagavani ki jai. Adios.
Sitaram, good morning and namaste. Well, I must say all of my life, since I know myself, I know Uncle Ramdeo. Hard working, I know all his family, I know the children, Ken and Sita, and I grow with them, I actually grow with them. Hard working, Uncle Ramdeo, and may God bless you. You run that race with hard work. It is finished now, and may God bless you and bless your soul.
Pleasant good morning to each and everyone. And I express my deepest sympathy to Ramdeo family, friends, neighbors, all of us who grieving. God, may God give you the peace and the strength to continue. Well, I have known Mr. Ramdeo for many, many years, because I must say over 60 years I live in Lengua. And I have known him to be a hardworking, to be a generous person, to be, a humble person. And I must say he is very respectable, and he is someone you can look onto, because he is a blessing to us. Everyone he met, he always humble, and he will be kind and generous to everyone. So I say, God bless you, Mr. Ramdeo, and may your soul rest in peace. In Jesus' name.
Jai Krishna Hari, Sri Krishna Hari, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hari. Isn't it strange that it takes a tragedy, a death, to bring everybody together? Isn't it strange that something devastating and bad has to happen so that we could all spend time together? Isn't it strange that only when death or some difficult moments appear in life, then we recognize who our true friends and family really are? It is imperative upon me and all of us to show appreciation to our elders, and I want to thank both of you for taking the microphone and being able to speak boldly and bravely this morning. This morning, there are many things I can say. Every funeral, I appreciate that I try to bring about the point that every religion and every scripture talks about death. But while there are many things we could run and hide from, none of us we could run and hide from death. I say in the Holy Bible, the Christ says to be absent in the body is to be present and seated with God. He says, in my Father's kingdom there are many mansions prepared for you, and if this was not so, I would have told you. I say in the Holy Quran, the Prophet Muhammad, upon whom be peace, said, I died from a stone, I became a plant. I died from a plant, I became an animal. I died from being an animal, I became a human. And then I died from being a human, and I became an angel seated with God. I say the very same thing that our senior pundit just said. Death is not death, but the soul never dies, the Bhagavad Gita tells us. The soul merely merges in oneness with me after death. Bhagavan Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a place for your soul when you die. But that place is not prepared by God, it is prepared by us based on the life that we live. I say, and it sounds like a joke, we live our life doing all the mischief, and then we think we will die and go to a place called heaven and meet with a man called God. I want to tell you, your actions determine what will happen to your soul when you die. It is important for us to think before we act. It is important for us to think before we speak. It is important for us to know that we are free to choose, but we are never free from the consequences of the choices that we make. And when we make choices, we must not make choices that will make us happy temporarily, but we must make choices that will make us happy infinitely. This morning, as we have all come in one accord to pay tribute to Uncle Ramdeo, there are many memories that I have, for I know him from birth. I know Uncle Ramdeo from birth. I always wondered in my mind how this short man could drive that big farmer. I always wondered how this short man could be a little bit drunk sometime driving that farmer. It might be safe for me to say Uncle Ramdeo worked in the sugarcane estate for many, many years. But with no doubt, and Auntie Molly will attest to this, Uncle Ramdeo was a real sweet man. You all know that? Did you all know that? You see, when you die, people polish everything that they have to say about you. You know that? Do you know that? But it is important for us to live a good life, so that when they stand to talk about us, they talk the truth. And nobody has to lie and say you are a good person. because genuinely you were a good person. Are we good people? Are we good people? We're good people when we go to church, and when we go to mosque, and when we go to the temple. We are holy, holy, holy. And when you're home, you're the devil. You don't talk to your neighbor. You don't talk to your own sisters and brothers. You don't talk to your own children. You create more enmity than friendship. I have recognized, after officiating at countless funerals, that time is limited, and I might leave any time. I have recognized in my short time that I must keep the company of those who bring joy to me. I have recognized that I must keep the company of those who enjoy their existence and not sit down and talk about others and their existence. I have recognized in my short time that I must enjoy the things that I have, because what belongs to me today will belong to somebody else tomorrow. Have you given thought to that? Thinking about that, when you go home, pull out your nice clothes from your wardrobe and start wearing it. Thinking about that, go in your buffet and pull out your nice wares that you're hiding for special occasions. You're alive, that's special enough. Thinking about that, go under your bed and pull out the pot that you're hiding forever and ever and start using it. Thinking about that, take your cell phone and ask your grandchildren, show me how to take a selfie, and leave plenty pictures behind, because time is slipping away. This morning I wondered, what message can I leave behind? And this morning I want to tell a very familiar story. At one time there lived a king. And if you know Uncle Ramdeo, he lived his life like a king. And when he couldn't have his way, he tried to force being the boss. Ask Auntie Molly, she'll tell you. There lived this king. And the king one day, while sitting on his throne, the king became frustrated because of all that was happening around and in the kingdom. And the king decided to take a walk. He made his way to the back of the kingdom where he'll not be noticed. But as the king started to walk and he made a safe distance away from the kingdom, the rain started to fall. It was too far for him to go back to shelter. So he started to seek shelter under a tree. But while under the tree, he was still being wet by the bouchar. You know what's bouchar? Ken, you ever hear about bouchar before? You have to be able like me to know what's that. Bouchar is the droplets of the rain that is brought in by the wind. And so being doused by the bouchar, he thought this wasn't making sense. So he continued to walk. But looking ahead of him and not in front of him, suddenly he started to fall. And so as he started to fall, he grabbed on to the first thing that he could find. It was a branch teddy. And holding on to the branch, immediately he looked down to see if he fell, if he would die. But when he looked down, he saw that he was falling into a pit. He wouldn't die if he fell, but down in the pit there was a huge black snake waiting for him. Immediately he looked back up, and what he saw above him made him start to cry instantly. He saw that there were two rats, a white one and a black one, and they were eating. And you know what they were eating? The branch that he was holding on to. You see, many of us, we are planning for our future, and we have forgotten to look and to enjoy what is in front of us now. It is important for us to enjoy the moment in front of us, because the next moment is not guaranteed. Have you given thought to that? So when you feel hungry, don't say, I'll eat just now. Go and eat right away. When you feel to do something, do it right away. Do not procrastinate. Do not put off that which you could do now. Do it now. The king holding on to the branch. The serpent waiting for him is the same serpent waiting for all of us. The serpent is called D-E-A-T-H. Have you given thought we will all die? Have you given thought to that? Hello? Have you given thought to that? One day I was lying on the couch at home and I closed my eye and I was taking a picture. And my aunt Radhika, she said, what are you doing? She said, open your eye to the picture. I said, no, I want to see how I will look like when I'm dead. She said, well, I guarantee you're not going to look like that, because you have to be in a fridge for a few days and you don't know how you will die. And we don't know. So put on your lipstick and your powder and look nice while you're alive, because you don't know what you will look like when this time comes. He holds on to the branch, but when he looks up, he sees the two rats eating the branch. One black and one white. You see, a few hours ago when we looked up at the sky, it was pitch black, isn't it? But now we are looking up and it is bright. Every time day meets night and night meets day, a little bit of the branch of our life is being eaten away. We are dying slowly, but have you given thought to that? We're dying slowly but surely, all of us. Every minute that goes by, we're dying slowly but surely. And so, the king, he's holding on to the branch. What is the branch? The branch is his F-A-I-T-H in his G-O-D. The only thing that we can hold on to is our faith and our trust in our God, our Maker. One day will come when our body will remain behind, but our soul will stand accountable to our Maker. All the actions that we would have performed, that we think nobody knows, God knows. Always remember that. I want you to tell the person next to you, God knows everything. Tell them. Tell the person next to you, you can't hide from him. Tell them, you can't hide from him. He knows everything. This morning I want to tell you, time is slipping away. None of us know who may be next. It is imperative upon all of us to live and enjoy existence and run the race of life in such a way that when we stand at the finish line, we all stand as winners. We stand there proud to present ourselves to our Maker. This morning, let us all stand as we bow our heads in prayer, praying finally, asking, begging, and praying that may the transition for the soul be a peaceful one. As we prepare for the final prayer, I'm going to ask Auntie Molly to come so that she will put her mala and do her arti. I'm going to ask Sita to come as well. So, Auntie Molly, please come. Hari Om Narayanam Narahari Narayanam Keshavan Narayanaya Govindaya Paramatmane Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This morning, Auntie Molly is about to wave the arti. But this morning I can tell you with conviction that she is doing this with no regret. Because there are many times over the past few years when I came here to do the puja, I made sure she did the arti for him while he was alive. So this morning, doing the arti, she has no regret because she did it for him while he was alive. Let's wave the arti. Om Anatani Tanu Deva Shankha Chakra Karatara Aksha Pundari Kapsha Preta Muksha Pradodhava Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Harima Pitra Bhagavani Ki Jai. Let us all bow our heads in prayer now. As we observe a moment of silence, you said it in prayer. As we ask Bhagavan, God, that one infinite being, to be compassionate upon the soul. Asato ma Satyagamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityur ma Mritam Gamaya Gita Ganga Gatri Sita Satya Saraswati Brahma Vidya Brahmavani Trisanya Muktagehini Artamata Chirananda Bhavagani Benashini Vedatre Parananda Tatvarthyana Manjali Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bantu Chasika Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. God saw that you were getting tired and the cure would not be. So he placed his arms around you and whispered home to me. With tearful eyes we watch, although we love you, we cannot make you stay. A golden heart has the beating, and working hands have gone to rest. God has broken our hearts to prove to us, He will only take the best. This morning when I say Ramanam, the reply is Satyahe. It means only the name of God is true. Ramanam, Ramanam, Ramanam. This morning, if you have remembered nothing I would have said, I want you to remember this. All of us, we have a religion. But all of us, we serve a God who has no religion. He remains the same. A day will come when all of us will stand in front of that being to give an account of the life that we would have lived. There isn't a religion in this world that will take you to God, but it's your belief and your trust in your religion that helps you to appreciate and recognize that there is a God. If you're a Christian, be the best Christian you can be. If you're a Muslim, be the best Muslim you can be. If you're a Hindu, be the best Hindu you can be. But before trying to be Christian, Muslim, or Hindu, let us learn to be good human beings. And before you could love God, who only Scripture has talked and spoken to us about, let us love and appreciate those who we can see and we know that are around us. Tell the person next to you, you're special. Tell the person next to you, you're appreciated. And tell the person next to you, time running out. Tell them, let's all be seated at this time. At this time, those of you who wish to do the body, to do your, put your flowers, to do your art, whatever you wish to do, now is your time. We'll be leaving in a short time to put the cremation sign.
or a giant in Kela. And in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock of our life, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए भी अकेला.
त्वमेव माता सतिना त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला.
I just saw that you like to sing. I did quite have a wet. Nice to see you. More than no see my school on the lorry 23.
You take off? Different, right?
I don't know. And 500. Yeah. Last week Friday. Yeah.
यथाबानापहरणां कौचवादनं भवेत् तथा दैवोपघातानां शान्तिर्भवति भारत यथा समुद्रं यन्त्रेण प्रतिहन्यते यथा समुद्रं भूद्रशीघ्रशान्त्या प्रशामिति गृहगाौ नदीन्द्राश्च ब्राह्मणश्च विशिष्टा श्रीसार्वमृषिकेशा रक्षा त्वं सर्वतोमुखः बोलो श्री वृंदावन कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
Ramanam. Ramana, 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 शांति भवतु ओम अंतिमभूतस्यां कप्रेतस्य तीर्थोऽयं म्यायते तौ प्रतिष्ठां द्वारे महागौरी दीपं मे तच ओम यम द्वारे महागौरी दीपं मे आदिते तहु प्रतिष्ठा तत्त्वलोकनाथाय दीपं मे आदिते तहु प्रतिष्ठा से ओम आकाश तत्व शांति भवतु रामनाम सत्य रामनाम सत्य रामनाम सत्य हरे महापुत्र भगवान की जय। रामनाम सत्य 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 रामनाम
Alright, you put come in here, you can't bring in
Ramanam Satya Ramanam Satya Ramanam
You have to look at payments or somewhere.
Jai Krishna Hare Sri. अब चांद तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, और कोई न जीवन हारा हो, तेरे कोई मेरा आदर हो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, Hare Krishna Hare, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, तू चाहे भी अमृत कर दे, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे, फिर जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम की माला जपत रहूं, भव सागर में तेरी नैया, जन्मी जाए किनारा हो, जय किनारा हो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। Hariva Pitra Bhagavani ki Jai. Let us all bow our heads in prayer. Finally, as we pray, asking that in this transition, this soul be a peace of mind. Hari Om Shantakaram Bhujagashenam Parmanabham Suresham Vishwadaram Gagana Sarvisham Meghavarunam Subhagya Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanenam Yogi Vrigyanamanyam Vande Vishnu Bhaveharam Sarvaloki Kanatam Ramanam. You reply Satya, everybody. Ramanam Satya, Ramanam Satya, Ramanam Satya. Harima Pitra Bhagavani ki Jai. Let's live.
Strong people there, right?
Little. Prithave Namah Swaha, Agni Namah Swaha, Antariksha Namah Swaha, Vayavi Namah Swaha, Divyaya Swaha, Suryaya Swaha, Digambaraya Swaha, Chandraya Swaha, Nachatraya Swaha, Abhyaya Swaha, Varunaya Swaha, Nabhi Swaha, Bhute Swaha, Vache Swaha, Pranaya Swaha, Chakshuse Swaha, Srotaya Swaha, Lobitaya Swaha, Pavimaya Swaha, Lobitaya Swaha, Viduhyaya Swaha, Manusipno Swaha, Snanusipno Swaha, Ashtubhyarma Swaha, Ajasphyarma Swaha, Rajasinma Swaha, Mayavinma Swaha, Ayasanma Swaha, Pranasanma Swaha, Stanasanma Swaha, Vyasanma Swaha, Uddanasanma Swaha, Shokanama Swaha, Shokamananama Swaha, Sochamananama Swaha, Tapasinama Swaha, Tapatinama Swaha, Granganama Swaha, Nachitranama Swaha, Prashitnama Swaha, Vyasanama Swaha, Vamananama Swaha, Antikaranama Swaha, Prityavinama Swaha, Brahmaninama Swaha, Brahmatyanama Swaha, Vishvebhyo Devebhyo Namah Swaha, Dava Prithvebhyam Namah Swaha. Sprinkle the water now around your hand. Om Sarvadrita Samayuktam Suvashita Pananjalam Ajnamyadapta Grihana Parvishada.
Aduh, kalong. Put the stick on the chest.
Just like this?
Yeah. There you go. Right, some of you all send on from the side.
Shoot down while you put. शांति भवतु ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय दिव्योऽयं व्याधिरेतौ प्रतिष्ठिताम्. Everybody evaporate. Loose them out. Loose out the grass. Loose out the grass. You get out? That's one.
No, but that's only one now. Yeah. That's like, now like, let's see like,
I went to do pray.
Yeah, you told me you was going to come down on my side.
Yeah, I'll use that road to avoid a little traffic. Yeah. How is everything? I know. Here today, man. Yeah, that's right. That is having to fight for this and fight for that.
Yeah, blessings. I get neighboring system. Yeah. So far. Well, line on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I nearly.
I'm going back and so far.
Okay. That's fair.
At least to me, so much more what providing is your look at something, when I was telling and today,